Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ray Tampa podcast. Our podcast offers bold commentary on various subject matters with a laser-like focus on the truth. Ray will be out for about another week or so, handling personal business. I'm Jamie Wilson III, and I will be hosting today's podcast along with the great Russell Cato.
Great.
Mr. Russell Cato is a retired educator with more than 40 years of experience in Pinellas County schools. As for me, I've worked in physical therapy for 30 plus years as a licensed therapist. Today, we'll be discussing Trump and Elon's irreconcilable differences resulting in their big, ugly divorce. On April 2nd, 2025, Trump rolled out the tariffs hoping to restructure the global economy. And this global economy basically was going to be in either his favor or the U.S. favors, whatever came first. Musk immediately expressed his opposition on X and went in on Trump's trade advisor and longtime compadre, Peter Navarro, and called him a moron. In my view, they're all morons. Elon has made countless attempts in private meetings with Trump to reverse the tariffs due to the sharp decline in the bond market. As remember the last show we talked about what they were doing with the Treasury bonds and how other countries were exercising their Plan B against Trump's tariffs by dumping them, causing the U.S. to pay out higher rates on the bonds. Elon then had it out with Trump's trade team, almost coming to blows with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. And Stephen, I'm Trump's real boyfriend, Bannon. In the middle of April, Musk and Bessent had a meeting in the Oval Office to present their case to Donald Trump about who should be the interim IRS commissioner. Trump supporter Bessent, actually Trump supported Bessent, I'm sorry, which pissed Musk off. According to Bannon, the two exchanged insults after the meeting while walking down the hall of the Oval Office.
Bannon.
And Musk threatened to uncover trillions in waste, fraudulent waste of government spending. Musk then, I guess the insults got a little heated, so Musk then rammed his shoulder into the rib cage of Bessent, and Bessent got a few blows in after being pulled apart by staff. Musk was then escorted out of the West Wing. Now, this is according to Bannon's account. He was there. And I said that, Trump can't get along with anybody.
Nobody.
I mean, it was said he can't get along, just like he dismissed a lot of people in the cabinet up prior to when he was president last time.
Yeah.
With all this nonsense and love affair triangle stuff, the only thing missing is that baby oil, a whole bunch of bottles of baby oil. Okay, I'm getting back on it. Another thing that I think that actually made this thing jump off in the big, beautiful bill, this is what Elon Musk. Now they got the Lawrence show on MSNBC. I was watching that, and Musk sent a tweet directly to Trump, and he said after that bill was passed, he said, "I'm sorry, but I can't stand it anymore. This is a massive outrage, pork-filled congressional spending bill. It is disgusting and an abomination. Shame on you and those who voted for it. You know what you did was wrong. You know it." And that was what, again, Elon sent to Trump.
Yeah. Bad.
Now, I think what really got Elon a little pissed about it was that the electric vehicle mandate was supposed to have a lot of money coming to, I guess, Elon in that area. And Trump cut that by billions of dollars. So I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's really messy. It's a lot more. We're going to be covering, Russ and I.
Yeah.
So dig in. Go get him, Russ.
Yeah. Well, the first thing you got to understand that Elon Musk is not a politician. He's definitely not a politician, but he has a lot of money.
Yes.
And that is the thing, because if you notice when Trump was doing his thing, he gave Elon a particular organization, Doge. Doge was the thing that came up with the idea of waste, abuse, and fraud. They sold that.
Yeah.
They sold that to the American people. And Doge became a tremendous character. You can remember with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Remember him?
All the antics. Yeah.
All those kind of things. And at that time, I even think that when Doge stock was failing in Tesla, I think Trump kind of felt for him and said, "Come on, man, come on with me. I'll buy your car." Or something. You remember the display he had on the lawn of the Tesla cars and things like that? In fact, I think Trump bought the red one. He doesn't use it anymore.
Oh, he's
no,
upset right now.
Yeah, he bought the red. But let's go back to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is what you call a millionaire. Now,
billionaire.
Yeah, billionaire. And for some reason, if I go back and look at the debt of the United States right now, I think is about $36+ trillion. That's a lot of money. And when you look at $1 trillion, you have to, what is $1 trillion? And a good example between $1 trillion I saw was if you can give a person $40 and he's spending every second, $40 every second, 24/7, it would take him 790 some years to go broke. Isn't that something? That's 1 trillion. 1 trillion. That is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So what I'm bringing up is when you look at the debt of this nation, $36 trillion, that's a whole lot. But see, Trump is not concerned with balancing the budget. He ain't concerned with that. No, man. This plan that he's come up with has nothing in to balance the budget.
Right.
And even Elon Musk knew that. He knew that. But when you deal with Trump, you got to satisfy him. You got to kiss the golden ring.
That's exactly.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And I think Musk kind of felt, oh no, I can't go along with this kind of bull stuff here. Because if you look at it, Musk began, I guess, I don't know. I think he began to look at the reality of this beautiful bill. He began to look at the facts of it. And he began to look at, this thing is not right. This thing is, Trump it gone.
Yeah, because it hits him in two parts. See, Elon, with all his SpaceX and Tesla, he goes around the world, primarily third countries, and get cheap labor. And he gets the best of the best as far as sciences and you know, the tech, as far as tech people. So it's hitting him there. And as well as, you know, what he thought he was going to be doing is by cutting the budget, he would get more contracts, more contracts. And initially that's the way it was set up.
Exactly.
But now, he's upset about a lot of things, because one thing we know about Trump will say one thing and do another. He's a sleight of hand type of guy. He didn't. So what I feel like he had a strategy all along, because once Elon spent his money to get him in, you knew Trump was going to switch out. You already knew he was going to switch out. He doesn't keep his word. So basically, Elon got played. He got played in a sense. He allowed Elon to do all this cutting, so Elon could seem like the bad guy.
Exactly.
That, you know, cut programs for already poor people. Oh, you bad guy. But Trump allowed it. Trump is still the person that is responsible for it. He still allowed it. So now he could get rid of, he knew that Trump is an oil guy. So he knew he wasn't going to be himself personally big on the whole EV thing.
Exactly.
He knew this.
Exactly.
So that's why, as Elon stated, and I have that somewhere, Elon said, I never saw the bill. I never saw I never
That's
saw
what he
the
said. He
bill.
never saw
Yeah,
it.
he said, I never saw the bill. It was done in the dead of the night.
That's right.
He said even most of the Congress people
Yeah.
hadn't seen the bill.
Truly.
So
Truly.
he would have been in opposition for one, knowing that that EV program was cut because he was expecting billions of dollars. So Trump did it like that. Trump already knew what he was going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't pity Elon. They both could die and go to hell. I mean, really, they both are trash. You know what I'm saying?
You're so right, Jim. I want to read this. It says, this is Trump. I'm very disappointed with Elon.
Mm-hmm.
I helped him a lot. He knew the inner workings of the bill.
Lie. I believe he didn't let him see it.
He knew the inner working of the bill better than anybody sitting here. I'm trying to find out who is sitting here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Him
Who is
and
sitting?
Steve Bannon was sitting there.
Who is
That's
sitting there?
at night holding each other's hands.
He had no
But-
problem with it.
Mhm.
Talking about Musk. That's something wrong because Musk did have a problem with it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he had a problem,
Mhm.
and he only developed problem when he found out that we had a cut in NV mandate.
Right. The EV mandate. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like Musk was cutting everything to clear up more money for his government contracts. And I've said that before, and I really feel that. I don't. No one cries for Musk. No one cries for Musk because he's a billionaire. Even if he wasn't a billionaire, well, if he was only worth $100,000 to his name, what he did to our programs, far as figure he'll make more money for him. He'll basically trimming the fat for him that he thought. But see, Trump is the person to blame behind all that because he's allowed it.
Right.
He allowed it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so what I'm thinking, Trump might walk back some of that stuff to look like the good guy because he wants to run for re-election. The same way he's letting some of these rappers out and drug dealer guys out of prison, pardoning them, you see what I'm saying? To look good so uninformed black voters can vote for him. Don't do it. Don't be stupid. Trump is a racist.
Big racist, man.
His first wife said Trump had Hitler's manifesto and book by his bedside for years. She said, the man is a racist. Don't think because
Yeah, he's a big racist.
Yeah, he's a big racist. So I hear ignorant people like on some of these social media platforms and they're, oh yeah, man, Trump letting such and such. Man, Trump just doing it for the vote, man. He don't care nothing about us. He doesn't care about black people or minorities or anybody brown. Well, the brown people sure found out in an amazing way. We always knew.
And you know, I'm glad that you're saying that because if you look, I tell people when I talk about Trump, I've looked at this guy for about a year and a half now. Trump's agenda is to make America be run by white males. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. Look at his look at the people who he hires and things like that. But let me say this. Here's what I noticed. Somebody gave him the name Taco or something like Trump Chicken Out. That is the true thing. Look, when he meet people who challenge him, he backs down. There are two people. I'm gonna put in a third after a while. When I look at Putin and when I look at Xi Jinping of China, these are the two people that he can't stand up to.
Right.
He cannot stand up to these two people. So when he get at them and things like that, he talk with a forked tongue.
He better.
Yeah, he talks with the idea, you better do this. But in the meantime, he's saying, I better be careful how I'm going to do it. He backs down. He backs down. He can really take on Putin if he want to, but he's scared of Putin.
Putin is KGB. He's got information on Trump.
Yeah,
he's ex-KGB, and they are information strong. Right. So that's why when you see the interview with him talking, Putin is always in chill mode.
That's right.
Like basically, watch what you say. You know, I own you, but I'm gonna let you talk. Yeah. That's pretty much.
Yeah.
Putin is.
Trump is a guy who I'm gonna use a word called puppetism. He likes to manipulate people. There are certain people he can't. You know, I look at Marco Rubio. And I remember when Marco Rubio and Trump was going at each other, he cut Marco Rubio down. Now he just He publicized Marco Rubio now. Ted Cruz is another one he does. Most people that follow Trump's are puppeteers or barberhead people. They're barberhead people. These are the people that he can control. And he's very egotistically minded too. If, for instance, his bill that he's passed, his big beautiful bill, he is saying, I own the store. You got to come to me.
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah, I own the store. If you're going to do anything, you got to come through me. You got to buy through me. That's what he does with other countries. He can't do that with China. He can't do that with Russia. You see? He has to back down. He acts like he's tough. What he does, he make you feel that he's doing something with countries he don't have any trouble with. A good thing. I was noticing he put a ban on Haiti, didn't he? People can't come in.
Yeah. It's a bunch of countries that he did that to.
He didn't put one on Egypt.
No.
Not one on Egypt. The guy that caused this thing in Colorado, I think he came out of Egypt.
Right.
He didn't put one ban in countries like that.
So right now, Africa is really popular because of that one leader there that's causing a lot of you know, he's trying to get things right. So everybody's trying to court him. You got China, Russia, everybody's trying to court him. You see what I mean? Because of the resources.
Look what he did for Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, I guess when he brought them people in from South Africa. How could you do something like that? Trump didn't give a dog about that. He didn't care how you felt. He was doing a favor for Elon Musk.
How are you cutting? How are you cutting costs? How are you saving money? How are you saving money?
He doesn't care about saving money, man. He just want to look good. I read his bill. This is what he said. This is abruptly the most significant piece. Listen to this. This is abruptly the most significant piece of legislation that will ever be signed into the history of our country. This bill he talking about. Oh, that is so crazy.
Yeah, he's arrogant.
He's arrogant. Really... That is so crazy. But he owns the store.
He owns. You're right.
I can do this.
But
I'm gonna let you go. There are some things in this bill that people really need to look at. For instance, in this bill that he is trying to pass, they're giving him the right to defy courts. Look how he fight courts. In this bill, no one is reading it. You can go back and read it, Jim. I hope people pick it up. That they give him rights to defy courts. They also giving him the rights to deal with grants or genders and all this thing. They give him all the power to do these kind of things. All this is in that bill.
Yeah.
People better go back and look at that bill. So you're only seeing what he's saying, but you go back and read it. It's something else.
It's a mess, and it was done in the dark.
It's something else.
And it's it's a travesty. Now the problem is Elon. Because right now, me and my sister Wanda, we were just talking on the way here, and she was like, they're looking at doing some forensic accounting on the actual votes. I mean, with the election, and how they're digging deeper into the election. You know, kind of what Trump did too when he thought he lost. But you know, Elon had a lot of influence as far as digital. You know. It's a lot of manipulation, a lot of fraud, something just not sitting right with the election and how it was done, whether it be the actual chads or the electronic portion. But I say this to say, I feel like if they keep arguing, Elon is going to really tell what's what with the elections, how they fraud, you know, how the fraud went on. So here's just a few things that he's been ranting about. Elon stated, without, you know, and I'm sure you guys probably heard this, he said, without Trump, without me, Trump wouldn't have won the election.
Truly.
And I do believe this has something to do with the tampering of the elections by the Republicans. Trump threatened to then terminate, you know, Elon's government contracts and subsidies. And Elon said basically, well, if you do that, I'm gonna decommission the Dragon spacecraft. Now, what the Dragon spacecraft does is it brought back home some of the astronauts that were stuck on the ISS in space. But Elon later kind of walk that back because, you know, those people were out there for months. So bringing that back.
When they put that program up, I think Elon was not even recommended for leadership in this program, was he? I
He
think
wasn't, but he got in where he fit in.
yeah, I
Trump
think
definitely got him in there.
Trump didn't even recommend him for the leadership of this
Mhm.
program. But let me go back to the election, and I know Trump just didn't like what he said because based on what you said, he said Trump would have lost his election.
Mhm.
The Dems would have controlled the House, and the Republic would have been 51-49 in the Senate. Now, you know Trump didn't like Elon saying that.
Yeah, he didn't
Because
like
he's
it.
saying,
It's tick for
without me, that's something else, because Trump don't believe in that.
but I personally believe that without Elon, I really do.
Yeah.
You know, the money, the, you know, just all the rhetoric, all the anti-slogans against Kamala Harris, all of the against the whole Democrat. Yeah, I really, really believe that.
Tim, it's a funny thing too. When they ask the Republicans about this spat, they don't even want to talk about it.
Mhm.
I heard them. They ask, what they got the FBI, this, the I can't think of his name, over the FBI now,
Mhm.
and they ask him, and the thing that he said, you know what? I can't get into that. I'm just gonna leave it between Trump and Elon Musk.
Mhm.
They scared to say it because here what Elon Musk did. He stuck a thing out there. He said Trump should be impeached. Now think about that. That's
Yeah,
what he said.
yeah, that's what he
And
said.
then the president should go to JD Vance.
Yeah, that's just what I'm
Nah,
looking at right now.
nah,
Because he would have more control
nah.
with an inexperienced JD Vance. Elon would have more control. So yeah, he wanted him impeached, and not only that, he wanted him impeached because of the Epstein thing, the Jeffrey Epstein
Here's
files.
the kicker to that. Vance knew that people were going to ask him about that thing.
Mhm.
So when they asked Vance, Vance was very careful in using of his words,
Mhm.
very carefully.
Mhm.
He said Trump is in control of that. But you know Vance like that. You knew Vance liked what Elon Musk was
Yeah,
saying. You knew that. But Vance had to be very careful by using the right words and kind of still praising Trump.
Right.
But Vance loved it. Now let me tell you another person who loved what Elon Musk said. Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, yeah.
He loved what Musk said.
Because he's in the doghouse.
Because if that is the case, people always saying, now where is this man going to put his money now?
Mhm.
Could you imagine his putting his money on Ron DeSantis and running for the presidency now?
Ugh.
Imagine that.
I feel like I'm a vomit. That's even worse. It's the same pool of mess. Yeah. Yeah.
It's money, it's money. And the Republicans, they don't want to admit that. They in a little slight civil war between Musk and Trump.
And I love it.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
Just let them fight it out,
They
man.
just need all three of them get machine guns to stand in a circle and take each other out. Like, give me some popcorn.
Yeah, man. Trump, when a man give you $277 million in a campaign,
But
that's a lot of money.
But see Banyan back with his boyfriend Trump. So they back made up.
Because Banyan don't like Musk.
Yeah, right. So he's basically whispering to Trump's ear, trying to get him deported. He wants the contracts, you know, canceled out, and trying to get him deported. But Trump is, from what I hear, a legal U.S. citizen. So I don't. Yeah. I mean, Elon.
Elon, he's legal.
Yeah. So I don't think that would be. But the political nastiness level world, as I said, has everything in it but the baby oil mixed in, with the Tesla shares having once again shown a free fall of like 14.2% on Thursday, wiping out 152 billion off of the company's value and 8.7 billion of Elon's net worth. Just a little spatting. It's hurt because you got people that are loyal, blindly loyal to Trump. You know, and they can't. They're picking a side. Obviously, they're going to pick Trump, and it's really hurting. What Tesla needs to do is say, you know what, you're no longer the face of Tesla because you hurting our stock. You messing with my money, my shares. You got to go, bro. You could be a silent partner, so to speak. And they should have done that from the beginning of this. You know what I mean? From the very beginning.
Yeah. You know when when we look at him and thinking that Musk, well, we know that Elon Musk is a citizen. But if you can start a probe and something like that, go back to the Obama days where they were trying to say he was not a citizen. If you just could start a probe or something like that, just start a probe. Yeah, just start it. Just start, and you will come up with these conspiracy theories anyway in favor of Trump. Yeah, that's what he wants.
Elon even called that was stupid. He said that was stupid about what he did to about the the birth of
Birthright. Yeah.
Birthright thing.
Yeah, but if you can get a conspiracy going, that's Trump. You know, too, while we're talking about, I want people at home, really, if you have the time, because what is being happening now was pre-planned some months or some years ago. Project
2025. That's what this is all about.
These are right-wing people. In fact, the OMB, I think his name is Russell Boy, that is the one saying that this plan that Trump is at, it is a beautiful thing. It's going to help economic growth. He doesn't care if people get cut, and then as long as he can see a growth, 1%, 2%, as long as he see a growth, it is people like Russ Vought who wrote a chapter. He didn't write the thing 25, but he did write a chapter in the Project 25. Boy, you got to read. If you have time and sit down and look at Project 25, these people just checking off what Trump is doing. This is what that's what
he's doing. He's going play, and all this fat trimming. Trump let Elon do it so they could be pissed off at him.
There you
but
go.
Still, that was the original agenda.
That's right.
So I still hold Trump.
That's right.
And me being the real rig leader. And as far as cutting these programs, basically, you know, I'm gonna digress a little bit. You got so many Americans. Just take our military guys that's been in there. They got an arm blown off, missing a leg, and they're like, I won't take anything from my country, meaning no benefits, no disability benefits. But yet you get somebody like Elon, who comes in since 2005. He's gotten over, what, 38 billion, 36 or 38 billion from the government in contracts and low interest loans. He's the biggest welfare queen out there. The biggest welfare queen out there.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But yet that's his thing of trimming the fat. You trimming the fat. You're getting, look how much money you've got. I don't get it. And I don't know why our forensic accounting and government can't see this. I mean, it's a mess. They're both doing a money grab. They both are. Now Trump, since your boy's out, Elon's out, now Trump can be like, oh yeah, it was him. He did it. You know, it's on him. They all need to, slit their own throats.
Yeah, they something else.
But it needs to be more people. I'm really against marching. I like a little more violence and things. I personally do, because that's how America's got all this territory. That's how America has gotten the position it is, with violence, going to other places and just being brutally violent.
Take over.
And it needs to happen. So this civil war, this uprising that might be coming, it needs to happen by the people. It needs to happen. I don't mean like white against blacks. I mean Americans saying we're not standing for this. You know, but yeah, take out a few KKK members while you're at it. You know, take all of them. But yeah, we need to rise up as a people. And black people, if something out there you can get for free from the government, get it. Get it. All that pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Nobody's rich has pulled themselves up by the bootstraps. It's either nepotism or they know how to play the legal system and get this money and get these contracts and take welfare. That was never made for us. That was made for poor white people. Never made for us. We just happen to work our thing and speak up and be able to benefit from it.
Yes.
Okay, we're coming to an end. So we thank all of you guys for tuning in. Time really flies by really quickly. So thank you for tuning in on 99.1 FM The Berg each and every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you.
We're also on YouTube, and I believe we'll break out on Facebook as well. So thank you all for tuning in, and stick with us. We'll have more for you, and hopefully Ray will be back soon. God bless you, and we out.
Good.